So today's video, as you can see by the title and thumbnail, is about Gareth Southgate, the England manager. And he came out with comments saying, stuff about Phil Foden and his positions at Manchester City. And I'm just trying to do a deeper dive into this guy's mentality, his character, his agendas, his footballing opinions, his decision making. Like this guy, he's not good enough. He's not good enough, man. He really isn't. He really isn't. And for me, he should have left after the World Cup. But again, English FA and their loyalty to English people and stuff like that. And which is understandable, he's one of your own, innit? But like, come on. It's like this blind faith that rules English football and the media and the fans it's annoying to me. It's really annoying to me because you have to face the facts. Use some critical thinking here. England should have won the Euros. They should have won the Euros. But Luke Shaw scores that goal in the first or second minute. This guy decides to sit back and allow Italy to dominate them for pretty much the rest of the match. And he allows Sancho, Saka to take penalties. Rashford is understandable because he can score penalties. He's experienced. But he allowed Saka to take the crucial penalty. Now, maybe you shouldn't advocate for changing the penalty shootout lineup at the last second, like based on the situation that's happening. But this guy is not good enough, man. He really isn't to me. Now, yes, he's done some stuff for England, the 2018 World Cup, for example. But this guy's had some bad results, such as losing to Hungary. Wasn't it 4-0 before the Euros, or was it? Or before the World Cup? And losing to France. Now, again, France is the most talented team in the world. I think England is probably second or third. Probably second, actually. So it was going to be a tough match, but based on what happened during the match, England should have actually won that match. But again, France, they weren't massively better than England. But if Southgate was a better tactician, then yeah, maybe England could have gone through to face Morocco. And who knows? They probably would have lost to Argentina. But still, who knows? Could have got to a World Cup final. So let me lead on with the comments he made about Phil Foden. So Gareth Southgate says he doesn't play there in midfield for his club. So presumably, there was a reason for that. It depends on the level of the game, really. The heck does that mean? Does that mean? And then let's go even deeper. Why the heck are Harry Maguire and Jordan Henderson playing for England, starting for England? Specifically Jordan Henderson. This guy's like 31, 32, maybe even older, and he's still playing in England's midfield. He's still starting. Really? Like, before I go deeper, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And let me know your thoughts. Do you think Gareth Southgate is still the man to lead England? Do you think he's still the guy? Do you think the hate towards him is unwarranted or blown out of proportion? Let me know your thoughts. But yeah, to me, how are you playing Jordan Henderson in the midfield for England? How? He's gone to Saudi Arabia too. So the fact he's gone to Saudi Arabia at his age shows that, I'm getting the bag. I'm done at the high level. Just trying to chill for a bit now. Experience new things, but ultimately get the bag. That's what he's doing. He's not playing at Liverpool anymore. He's not playing in the Premier League anymore. He's not playing in the top 5 league anymore. He's playing in Saudi Arabia. Yes, it's an up-and-coming league. Yes, I know. But it's still Saudi Arabia. It's not a top 5 league in the world. So he should not be anywhere near the squad at all. So that goes to show loyalty is above anything else with this guy for some of these players. Then you have Harry Maguire. Harry flipping Maguire. This bum-ass defender. He's trash. Like, there's no other way to put it. And by the way, side note, I don't know how the guy is still roaming the streets of England when he has a case in Greece. I don't know what the heck happened there. And that was like 2 years ago. I don't know how the heck he hasn't faced court yet. But that's neither here nor there. Harry Maguire should not be starting. He should not be even on the bench or in the squad. He shouldn't have been called up. Because this guy he only played for Man United this season because Lisandro Martinez and Victor Lindelof were injured. That's the only reason. So if it wasn't for that, he probably would have 0 minutes. And I'm pretty sure some of us knew he would have been caught up anyway. With 0 minutes or without, he would have been caught up anyway. We know how Southgate operates. And maybe a reason why Maguire didn't leave for West Ham was that he had assurances from Southgate that,
no matter what happens, I've got your back, man. I've got your back, bro. I've got your back. You may be a slabhead, but I've got your back, fam. The United stuff, it doesn't matter. For England, that's when you show up. That's showtime. That's when you say what's up. So I'll pick you, man. Don't worry, I've got your back.
That's probably what he said to him. So Maguire was like, you know what? United aren't really willing to pay me off. And then West Ham is not as good as United, and the money isn't as great. So maybe I'll stay, especially since Gareth said that I'm going to be picked regardless. So yeah, that's probably what happened. Guys, let's keep it real. This guy has favourites, and those favourites are what? Henderson, Maguire, Pickford. There may be one or two others. He barely really brings new blood into the team. Is Eddie Nketiah going to play? Is he? Mark Gahey, he's recently coming to the fold. Fikayo Tomori, this guy was not picked for quite a while, and he was in form. He was playing well for AC Milan, and Gareth Southgate turned a blind eye to him. He just ignored him. He was like, Italy doesn't matter, Serie A doesn't matter. Like, does he actually go to Italy and watch players? Does he go to France and watch players? Does he go to Spain and watch players? Or does he just stay in England and watches pretty much the core of the England squad that he picks, aka his favourites? Because I don't understand how, as an international manager, you have this pool available to you, but you keep picking the ones who are either too old, not good enough, or barely play for the club because they're not good enough. Like, why? And he comes out and says, oh, he doesn't play as a midfielder for Manchester City, so presumably there's a reason for that. There's a reason why Harry Maguire doesn't play for Manchester United. There's a reason why he doesn't start. There's a reason why Liverpool were willing to allow Jordan Henderson to leave, and why Jordan Henderson himself was willing to go to Saudi Arabia. There's a reason. So I don't like this hypocrisy, this crap logic from this guy saying that, oh, there's a reason why Phil Foden doesn't play in midfield, so I'm not going to play him. You know you can experiment as an England manager. You know you can do that. That's what friendlies are for. This qualifies as well. That's what they're for. That's why we have international breaks. But this guy decides to keep playing the same players, his favourites, and, you know, whatever happens, happens. Now, I have to keep it balanced. This guy, 2018 World Cup, he did well to get England into the semi-final. He did well to get England into the final, although you could argue they should have got to the final because of the run they had. You know, they beat Germany, who, yeah, shout out Germany, man. You guys are an absolute shambles. When they beat Germany, but most of the matches, I think all but one of their matches were at Wembley. And that match was against Ukraine. And they beat them, 4-0, 5-0 or something like that. So they should have got to the final. They should have won the final. You're at Wembley. You like to proclaim this extremely good home record of barely losing at Wembley. Yet when crunch time happens, it's not even just a Gareth Southgate thing. England itself, they're the Tottenham of international football. When crunch time happens, you're at home. You score in the second minute with a great goal from Shaw. Shout out Trippier with that cross. And then you allow Italy to attack you, bombard you for another 60, 70 minutes. And you lose on penalties at home. So England, when it comes to the big matches, they're not good enough. Whether it's because of the manager or the players or both. Even the culture, the media, the fans. It's not good enough. It really isn't. Then you have their France match again. They couldn't get it done. They couldn't complete the job. So England, again, you have the second most talented squad in the world after France, and you don't have anything to show for it. France can get it done. They won the World Cup in 2018. They should have won the Euros in 2016. They should have done better at the Euros in 2021. And, you know, they were unfortunate to lose the final of the World Cup, although for 70, 80 minutes they were non-existent. You know, shout out Deschamps for trusting the brothers. So, yeah, for me, Southgate isn't the guy. Yes, he's had some good achievements, such as reaching the final of the Euros and reaching the semis of the World Cup in his first international tournament as England manager. He reached the quarters of the World Cup, which they should have gotten to the semis. So the Euros, they better either get to the final or win, because you cannot have another wasted generation. France do not have a wasted generation. They've won the World Cup. You could argue maybe they should have won a second World Cup in a row, but they've at least won the World Cup. Belgium have a wasted generation. Portugal, they won the Euros. So again, Spain had that golden generation. They won 3 international tournaments in a row. Portugal won the Euros, like I said. England is the only one really. And you could even argue, does England have football heritage? Other than actually creating football and creating it as an organised way, or, you know, popularising it, does England have international heritage? Because the last time you won the World Cup, I'm pretty sure Martin Luther King Jr. was alive. I'm pretty sure he was alive. You know how long ago that was? That's 57 years ago that you last won the World Cup. The last time you won the World Cup, it was the previous version of the World Cup trophy. The last time you won the World Cup, Wembley, the old Wembley still existed. You know how long ago that was? So, guys, let me know what you think. Is Southgate the right man? Does England have actual football heritage, or is it just like a Tottenham, basically? Like Tottenham is proclaimed as this big 6 club when it barely has any trophies. Doesn't have football heritage like that. The last league title they won was in the 60s too. Black and white television tax, you know? So yeah, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts. See you in the next video. Goodbye.